Yeah, definitely have decided that object oriented mainly isn't for me. So hard to add new things. It's not. It does. I mean, that's one of the selling points is you're supposed to be able to just slap new stuff in there, but not if you're going to change what's down underneath, right? It just gets too calcified. Like my items are super calcified now, and then I just start dumping things into tools. So like is it's something like a beehive and a step ladder or like the same thing, right? Because it's I was just like everything's a tool now. Screw this hierarchy. I don't like it anymore. And I would have just yeah, I'd prefer to have gotten rid of it. And yeah, so this is it's what game developers sometimes called entity component systems if they aren't an optimization type person. Because if you're an optimization type person, then entity component system means something completely different. Just means lining up your variables and arrays or whatever a certain way so that the processor likes them. But for our purposes, it's more like you have these extensible chunks that can kind of be allocated in and out for various objects so that an object can have many different roles without creating like a triple diamond, quadruple, septuple diamond of hierarchy that is impossible to work with in an object-oriented system. And yeah, that's a thing. The rest of my programming style is probably crap too. This is like when Blind had Putnam on, that would be the kind of question to ask. More like now that you've seen it, right? What is you know?
What is the style? Yes.
Yeah. You can go ahead and pass along that it doesn't like put them in danger or anything of being fired. I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear
Like
what the hell's going on.
when was the last time that you saw someone else's code that wasn't Temple of Loth from 1983?
Yeah, I guess occasionally I see little snippets like when we added the split mix little random number generator that they were talking about at the roguelike celebration, which has been fun to put in some places. And then they're just like these nice little things with like tons of magic numbers and stuff that work a certain way. I try not to. I don't know how to do that stuff, so I just kind of roll with it. Different style from me. Everyone does different. My braces are a really different thing to look at. I'm sure Putnam would love to comment on my bracing style or whatever, because I put more spaces than or more carriage returns or whatever than people normally put because I like to see them blocked out a little better. I can't do that thing where a brace dangles at the end of the line. And then you're just supposed to have it match up as if you're like programming in Python with your tabs.
Oh,
But then there's like where the tabs actually count for something and then they don't count for anything in C, but you just kind of have, I just can't do it. I like having them in little blocks.
yeah.
Even though it means I can see half as much on the screen sometimes. I don't care. I don't like the dangling things that I forget they're there and stuff. I don't know.
If you guys had to start from scratch tomorrow, would you use a game engine or would you again write your own?
Writing mode's been such a pain in the ass. But
Unity is crap too.
yeah, Unity's having so much trouble lately. And I don't know about Unreal. I don't know enough about it. And I don't know how long they last. Like it's like my thing is all cobbled together, but it's been holding together for 20 years.
That's a good point.
And yeah, and Unity is starting to run away from people now, sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I don't know about Unreal. So it's like if there's something stable, like SDL's been okay. I should have updated to 2 probably before, the last decade or whatever, which is what's happening now. But so we have been using an engine in that sense, right? I don't handle my own like really core stuff.
Right.
And I used to do my own OpenGL, and that we got deprecated like 20 years ago. It's like I didn't start using vertex buffers or whatever, and we've probably already moved on from that into like shader country or whatever, and I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So it gets to be hard to keep your own engine up because things keep specializing, and you're just going to spend a lot of time on that stuff and less on your game. So, but for a long project, it's just an impossible decision, I think.